Shalom Israel. Just doing this video because the spirit was heavy on me really since Saturday. Had a conversation with somebody who just kind of made me think back to when I first came into faith. Right, I was part of this congregation named at the time it was actually called the Church of Israel. And unfortunately, in many cases, it was ran just like the Christian church. And it's not all of the people's fault. It's not all the elders' fault, or the leaders, back then. Sometimes you just have members that, do shit without, the leadership knowing, One thing that I dealt with when I was in that school was bullying. Now, I want to be clear. I didn't deal with the physical, pushing me around bullying. I dealt with the bullying of, you're a new member, you have to be a certain way while we're talking to you another crazy kind of way. That's something that, a lot of brothers think that it's normal, it's okay. No. That was practically hazing. Now, I also don't want to make it sound worse than what it is. It wasn't straight up hazing. It wasn't straight up bullying. Like I said, it wasn't straight up bullying. It was that kind of thing where, brothers just kind of put you in a certain they pretty much kind of put you down indirectly. They tell you, they talk to you crazy and they expect you to talk to them nice. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of bullying I'm talking about. It wasn't straight up, oh, you're a new nigga, shut the fuck up. Like nothing like that. But worse bullying and milder bullying occurs in almost, I wouldn't say almost every camp, but in a lot of camps. And this shit has to stop. Because you don't know, the new man coming into your camp might be a very important prophet in reincarnation. Might be more important than you. And you're sitting here, putting a man down. And it goes to show, honestly, how a lot of you dudes that come into Israel don't come into Israel for the right reasons. A lot of y'all think y'all coming here for your salvation. A lot of y'all, your real intention is to feel important, feel like you the man. I've seen a lot of, we literally was just talking about a Revenge of the Nerds ass nigga that recently resurfaced, making videos disrespectful and shit, when nobody hurt him. He was actually one of the most abrasive members during his time with us. Like, if there was a bully in the camp, it was him. And he was a fucking nerd. He was a fucking nerd. He came into faith and learned the scriptures and basically made himself a way to kick his little weight around, the little bit of weight he did have. Push it around. And y'all know me, I'm not on that rah-rah shit. I try to be humble. But even this guy almost had me put hands on him. That's how bold he was talking. And people like that exist in Israel. Believe it or not. They bully with scripture. If you wanna see a bully, don't pick an argument with anybody from ISUPK, but definitely be in the chat room of Israelites and let there be ISUPK around and challenge them on their notion, their notion that you have to come to them, go to their school and be under their leader. The motherfuckers will call you all types of weak. They'll gun you down. They'll talk a lot of hard shit, and they're not really trying to fight or nothing. They're just really trying to get you to come to their school. That's their tactic. You're weak. You're not strong enough to. You shouldn't be. Whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? You have bullies in this truth, man. You have bullies, and honestly, our one of our goals should be getting rid of these motherfuckers, man. Getting rid of these men that use the platform, use their ability to break down scripture to push you around. Because honestly, man, bullies are fucking despicable. Like I said, the other day I spoke to a bully that reminded me of kind of what I went through back at HYK. Literally, because he's one of those bullies. And I came to realize that that's what it was. It was bullying. It was what you have to say doesn't matter. Salak for the Shades haters. I'm about to go on a road that is practically open to the sun. Ah, shit. Shades are cold. But anyway, but yeah, it's very important. It's very important to eliminate these fucking bullies, man. Because these brothers that are in this faith that bully brothers around, what happens is, if men leave your church, hopefully at least they'll leave for another Israelite congregation. But if they don't leave your church, for another congregation, then they'll be out in the world and they'll be dealing with a whole nother philosophy and taking that out on the truth. Like one member that I was just referring to. Former member. Now he's taking it out on the whole truth. He didn't hate us. He hated, I guess, other leaders and elders. But really, a lot of that with him, it wasn't no bullying here, because like I said, he was the bully here. A lot of that is bullying in life. See, bullying changes people. All that bullying and talking down to brothers, you have to be mindful when you talk down to a brother. It's either fight or flight. And trust me, if it's flight, the fight is coming one day. All people that are bullied at some point are gonna make it to the point where, yo, what the fuck? Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm a man with pride and dignity too. And with pride, I'm not talking about that corrupt pride, but just as a man, like, you're not gonna talk to me a certain way. You're not gonna keep putting me down and shit. You know what I mean? Because if I keep allowing it, it's gonna affect how I feel about myself and how I can carry myself. You know what I'm saying? So it's imperative. It's very imperative that you brothers out there that run these camps, make sure ain't no fucking bullies in your camp, man. Because usually, I'm gonna tell y'all, in the situations I've been in, who the bullies are. The bullies are hardly ever the leaders. The bullies are usually that second level, the men that didn't have nobody under them until you came in the truth. Those are the motherfuckers that you gotta watch out for. And also watch out for them to make sure you don't become them. Make sure you don't become one of the brothers that, when a new brother comes in the faith, now you could haze him. Nah, it don't work that way, man. We have to purge all this leaven out. This is all bad and corrupt energy, man. Men talking down to men disrespecting men. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, that shit, because motherfuckers will use, spare not. Yeah, that's when you're teaching the people their transgression, not with a brother who you're teaching, that now gets it. You know what I'm saying? You got Israelites with real fucking character issues, man. And they're over here running camps or being part of a camp. And, they're being entrusted by the older men to deliver the message to the younger men, but they're being nothing but fucking bullies. You got to be careful for that, man. Because like I said, we had one among us. That guy, when I tell you that guy was the bully, and he was a nerd. He was all Daniel LaRusso before he learned martial arts. And he pretended to be Daniel LaRusso after he learned martial arts. And that's the thing from the world. Or back when I was in HYK, like I keep saying. You had brothers that, I don't know what they were in the world. But I played the role, I come from the hood just like they did. Matter of fact, I've seen them in the hood, you know what I'm saying? And, like I ran into them in certain, environments and shit. And it's funny, they look at me like, what are you doing here? Like, fuck you mean? These guys never took the time to know me when I was among them, which doesn't matter, It is what it is, but ultimately speaking, man, being a bully with the truth makes you a very despicable type bully, because now you're using the word of the Lord to impose your will and tell people what order is. Because that's one thing, bullies are heavy on order. And I hate to say it because I'm also heavy on order. I'm just not so heavy on it that, it's every word that comes out my mouth, and I don't never try to put nobody down. But it's a bad combination when you hear a brother that talks about order and structure and they talk down to people. Trust and believe. It's one thing I've seen in this faith, those are the bullies. The 90% of the people that are constantly harping on structure, order, making sure everybody knows their rank, making sure everybody knows, particularly themselves. Everybody has to know that that he's a leader. He might not be the leader, but he's a leader under the leader. Everybody has to know who you are. Those are the characteristics of a fucking bully. And those motherfuckers gotta go. Those motherfuckers gotta go. But and when I say they gotta go, I don't mean like they have to leave the truth, but they have to change. Somebody has to check them, because that's a hard spirit to check, is that bully shit. Because that really, bullying goes back to being a narcissist. And when you read about narcissists, them motherfuckers hardly ever change. Because there's nobody that can make them see the error of their ways. Nobody can make them see the error of their ways. So, I don't want to make this a more lengthy video. Just for you brothers out there, there's a scripture in Proverbs that says, a fool's lips enter into contention, his mouth calleth for many strokes. Meaning, his mouth is basically begging to be punched. I'm not encouraging for y'all to beat up brothers in your camp. But if a brother's bullying you, don't let him bully you. Don't let no grown ass man. At the end of the day, when a man comes to us, we factor in that these are grown ass men with their own lives and responsibilities. They might be babies in the truth, but they're men that come into this thing with dignity, and they come here looking for something that the world didn't give them. I know I did. The world didn't give me no, I'm a king, I'm royal. You know what I'm saying? I came in the truth, and that's when I first found out that I'm part of a chosen bloodline. You know, but a lot of dudes, man, they're more about doing the wrong thing if the wrong thing gets them the results that they want. Bullying brothers makes these niggas feel important, makes them feel good about themselves, makes them feel like, oh, I got somebody answering to me, and he do whatever I say. You know what I'm saying? Like, bullying people, you just gotta watch out for them, man, because they're very crafty too. They really make you think that they're spiritual, and they're not. They're not spiritual. If you were in tune with the spirit, nigga, you wouldn't be walking around putting people down. Much less a brother that's newer than you in the faith. Come to find out, the bullies that I dealt with was in the truth not even 2 years before I got in. But they acted like they were such elders. And how us younger men had to listen to them. And we were their biggest fans too. We was always excited to hear them speak at camp. Always excited to hang out with them after camp. And come to find out, man, we're not the same. We're not the same. You need to put people down to feel whole. You need to shit on brothers to make you feel whole. I don't got that problem. I can feel whole and uplift you. But with that, we'll just say shalom.